friends. I'm so glad you came and joined me today. Today we're going to do a super cool science experiment called a walking rainbow. Have you ever made a rainbow? We're going to do that today, and it's something that's really easy for you to do at home. All you need is water, food coloring, some paper towels, and some jars. You need 6 jars or cups, just some kind of clear container that you can see through, and 6 of them about the same size. And so let's do it. This experiment does take a while. It doesn't take a while to start, but then it has to sit for a while. So it's something you could do in the morning and check back during the day and see how it's coming. Okay, so the next step is to add the food coloring in the water. And we're not going to put food coloring and water in every jar, just every other jar. So I'm going to start off with red. And then I'm going to skip a jar and yellow. And I'm going to skip a jar and blue. All right, and then I'm going to add water to only to the jars that have the food coloring in them. And I'll probably stir those up. And I'm going to get them pretty full, like 3/4 way full. There we go. Now remember, this is called a walking rainbow, so we've got to figure out how to get a rainbow to form when we only have red and orange and blue. And what we're going to do to answer that question is we are going to build bridges to get the other colors. And I'll show you what I mean. We're going to take a paper towel, and I've got the kind that you get to choose your size, so this is a narrow piece. And each bridge is going to take one piece of towel. If you have regular size paper towels, you could just cut it in half lengthwise. And then we're going to fold this into thirds. So I'll show you a couple, and then I'll just go ahead and do it so you won't have to wait. And I'm going to take off about 2 inches because I want the bridge to be kind of flat across the top. I'll show you what I mean. When I put these two, when I put the ends into these 2 jars, I want it to be kind of flat. And if I had a longer bridge, I'll show you. If I had a longer bridge, it would be all bulky and it would stick up way above the jar. So I'm going to tear off about 2 inches, and that should do it. And then, so now I'll put a bridge between these 2 cups, and it's okay that these are going to touch each other. That's fine. So let me do one more and I'll show you. And tear off. And you'll just, depending on the size of your cup, you'll have to figure out how much, if any, you have to tear off. So look how fast that colored water moves. Look, the red is already crawling over, and the yellow is too. Okie doke. So I've got all my bridges, except now I'm going to turn this into a circle by just moving these jars around. And I'm going to need one more bridge, and that is to connect the red with the empty one here. Wow, that red is moving fast. And it's fine that the paper towels are touching each other. They're going to do that. That's fine. And you can see the water moving, and we call that movement capillary action. It's when water moves, or any other liquid, moves opposite the flow of gravity. It moves up through a tube. And sometimes it moves through, like here, the paper towel is made out of cellulose, and there's little holes in between the cellulose fibers, and there it moves right up through that and into the next cup next to it. So what do you think, what do you predict will happen? What will happen with the empty jar when the colored water finds its way from both directions into the empty jar? We'll have to see. And I'm gonna let it have some time to work its magic, to work its science, and then we'll check back on it. Okay, it's been about 3 hours, and I want you to see what's happened while we've been away. Ta-da! It looks to me like it is finished. It has all of the water levels. Well, they're not all the same, but they're close. Red and blue. We have purple. It's kind of hard to see that purple. It's easier to see if you look on the paper towel. And between the red and the yellow, we have a nice orange. That capillary action is pretty strong. I think it's so pretty to look at too. And you know, you can save those paper towels. Just squeeze out the water in the sink. Don't drip it on the counter. And you can save them and use them as part of an art project or whatever. But they're really pretty. They look kind of tie-dyed when you take them out and let them dry. So that's our walking rainbow. I'll see you next time.